we improved a great deal. I thought that Nick's injury was pretty devastating for us because it just made something that that already existed even more prominent in that our inexperience. So I thought that hurt us, but I thought it gave opportunities. Obviously, I mean, probably most, Nate Ko, I thought, has had a really good season, had a really good regular season. I don't know if we had a guy improve statistically that much from one year to the next as Nate, and gave other guys opportunities to really play. I think Andre Gustafsson has emerged as not only a good player but potentially elite defender. Gave Jake Wojcik that much more opportunity to play. So I feel like our results obviously aren't where we need them to be or want them to be, but we got better, and we have a couple of really, really good players, and hopefully we can go up and play well in Brooklyn, and that'll bode really well for next season.
As voting for all conference comes around,
yes,
would you advocate for one or more of your guys, and who deserves recognition?
Yeah, well, I think Nate certainly would have a chance to be recognized as the most improved player. As I look around the conference, I think, both statistically and impact, I feel that he is a really strong candidate for that award. I think Jacob and Grant, I mean, their numbers are outstanding. Obviously, you tend to vote toward those things for the teams at the top of the standings more so, but their numbers are outstanding, and hopefully they'll garner some recognition. The league is as always is excellent, and I feel like those guys rank very high in particular categories that are pretty important to everybody, and would hope to get some recognition there.
Does A10 tournament play kind of signify kind of a fresh start, so to speak, for you guys, and is it needed?
Sure, it does. I mean, the thing is, I thought we played a really good game against Davidson. We limited them to 4 3-pointers. I felt like, I took 18. I thought most of those were really well contested. Thought we moved the ball, shared the ball, scored the ball well. So, I think going up here for everybody, it's a fresh start, whether you're on a winning streak or a losing streak. And in a way, that is all good. That's conference tournament play. And, I think the most important thing for us is our preparation and our playing in the first game here. Playing against Fordham, trying to make sure that we do everything we can well, put ourselves in a great position to win, and then hopefully be able to focus on the next game.
You haven't played them in a long time, comparatively speaking. I mean, I don't think.
Yeah, it's been like 3 weeks maybe. Yeah, I think 3 weeks. Yeah.
Is there anything? They're 14th seeded, but at times have not played like it this year.
Yeah, no, they've played well, and even in our game, I thought they started the game well and finished the game well, and in the middle, I thought we really made huge runs. But they have somebody who Honor will either be Rookie of the Year or, well, he might not be Obi Toppin, but he'll probably be on the all-rookie team. And, he's a tremendous player. And, also they'll be willing to do anything. They'll play box and one, triangle and two, hard man-to-man, tight zone. So we have to be prepared for anything.
Hey, Chris, when you're on the Fordham subject here, how about sharing thoughts about Jesse Bunting?
Yeah.
And how that affects Fordham's team, in addition to just being a bad break for the kid?
Yeah, it's really devastating. I feel like, really just a devastating piece of news that we heard, and we wish him the best in his recovery. And it hurts them, obviously. He's a physical player who understands college basketball. He's been there for a while, and they do a lot of different things. And so, you have to have an experienced player to be able to do all those things. So he's always played well and hard, and he's an impressive kid. So hopefully he'll recover. He'll recover perfectly.
You've had a lot of adversity, some of it bad luck with Nick, some of it standards you want players to uphold. Do you think John and people around the program understand that?
Yeah, I think so. I feel like we've Richmond has a high basketball standard. I feel like we've been part of that, and I feel like our results need to improve, but I do feel like with the youth of our team, with the talent that we have in the underclassmen, I feel like we have an extremely bright future. So I do feel like that everybody's been very supportive, and more importantly, very committed to us being as good as we possibly can these next few years.
Where is Nick in his recovery?
So he's in a place where, he's doing well. He's ahead of schedule. That doesn't necessarily mean anything when the season's not involved, but he's ahead of schedule. He's a hard worker, and this kind of fits his mentality. He's a guy who is like a daily grinder who's going to approach everything really, really hard and check that list as well as he possibly can, and I think that's what he needs to do in this situation.
They were a pretty good team when we played them here. I think we had a lead by like 10 and let them come back and inch their way back in, when I definitely think we could have won the game by a lot more. He's a good player, though. He obviously shot the ball pretty well against us, and we got to make it tougher on him. But I think we should be able to handle business.
Coach mentioned the variety of defenses you're likely to see again. What is that like going against 4 or 5 different defenses in the same game?
It's different. Obviously, it kind of throws us off our rhythm, especially early on. I think it was like that the first game. They threw us off our rhythm. So trying to establish one early would really help us out.
How much does this feel like kind of a fresh start to the season?
A little bit. Obviously, I think we have a chip on our shoulder with just kind of the seed we are and how we kind of finish the season off. That's not the way we want to finish it. So I think we're kind of hungry and ready to get back at it.
How about reflecting on your season personally and sort of the growth you've made since November?
I think I've been consistent towards conference play. I think I started off the season a little bit inconsistent, and I've just been trying to handle that ever since. I think I've had an all right season. Obviously, it could have been better. As a point guard, it's our job to lead the team and win games for us, and haven't done too good of a job at that this year.
Anything else, guys?
How about regular season summation in general for the group of Spiders?
Overall, tough. A lot of distractions outside. I think we let it affect us on the inside a little bit, but we competed. That's kind of all I can really say. Obviously, not the outcome we wanted to have on the season, but we're looking forward to the tournament.
Just to clarify, the distractions you're talking about, discussions in the public about Chris's future?
Probably, yeah.
Do you get the sense in the locker room that united front, everybody's behind Coach? You guys are all, standing as one.
Oh, no doubt. Obviously, us as a team, we really support Coach Mooney. We love him. That's our coach. That's our guy. We'll go to war for him, and I think he'll do the same for us.
Obviously, you guys wouldn't have chosen to have Nick sit out most of the season, but looking ahead to next year, how much of a benefit has that been for guys that wouldn't have played nearly as much as they have?
I think it really shows. Obviously, the first game, I think, or early in the season, Nathan wasn't really playing as well as he has been, and I think kind of a blessing in disguise with Nick getting hurt. It's obviously allowed him to shine, and I think it's a really good outlook for the next year.
Yeah, obviously not what we wanted at all. Tough up and down, roller coaster type year. Doesn't help when you're going into the season expecting to have DeMonte Buckingham and Quan Four, so that takes away some depth right there automatically. Having them leave and then losing Nick Sherrod doesn't help at all. But we had a young team. I'm really proud of the way they played. For Andre and Woj to play as much as they did as freshmen is a huge thing for them and a huge thing for us in the future. So it was good for them to get the experience. Like I said, tough year, not what we wanted, but I'm proud of the way the guys fought and how we all played, and I'm excited for this week and the years to come.
How about personally, your strides you took this year as a player?
Yeah, I thought I did some things really well that I really focused on in the off season. Establishing myself in the paint, becoming a better playmaker, finding my teammates more. To be able to have a way better assist-to-turnover ratio than I did last year was huge. And, I made strides in a lot of areas, like you said, but still a lot to improve on. I still want to shoot the ball better from three. I want to be a better defender. So lots of things to improve on. And like I said, thankful and happy for the accomplishments that I achieved this year, but ready to just keep continuing to get better.
Hey, as a Fordham approaches, about a preview of them from your view. They're really crazy in terms of what they run on defense. It's very hard to figure them out on the defensive end. And, Nick Honor's a great player. Really does a great job of also getting his teammates involved. A lot of the other guys were able to get open shots and stuff because of him last time we played him.
But yeah, the key is just executing our offense, whatever it is, whether we have to run Zono or our Princeton, just figuring their defense out early on and just establishing ourselves on the offensive end.
How much of this is a fresh start?
It's a total fresh start. Like I said multiple times, after the Davidson game, nothing matters. No regular season game matters now. Everybody's 0-0. Anything can happen, and anybody can go on a run. So that's the attitude that we're going in with.